Hello, hello, welcome back everyone. Oh, I look like a hot, sweaty mess, and that's because I am. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Slightly different camera position today. How are we all doing in this sweltering heat? Whether you're here right now or watching, watching in the future, watching in the past, watching this not the live stream. How are we all doing today? Hope we're all excited for a lovely hot weekend. If you are new around here, go down and hit that subscribe button. Any support for the channel is greatly appreciated. Let me just check that everything sounds okay. Yeah, that sounds fine. We are back with My Drive Season 3, Round 2 around Spa. See. Oh, I shouldn't have gone that one. If you did miss last week's episode, then please go and check it out. It was a feisty little race that we had around Bahrain Outer Circuit. What's my thing? 5, yeah. We'll go through the championship standings before the race starts, because there's a few other things I want to go through as well. But we are here today in the caddy, obviously. We managed to get second place last time out. Had a few little incidents. One spin which was just very bizarre. Don't know whether I think the tyres just hit the curb. And then the other spin we just got caught up with some back markers. Toyota looked very strong, as did the Ferrari of Fuoco. Fuoco ended up winning the race after Toyota kind of messed up their strategy. We managed to recover on a similar strategy to Fuoco to get second place. And then Bennett in the Isotta Fraschini having an absolutely amazing race and getting third place. So we'll have to see how the order shakes out here today. So I've just gone very wide into Lecombe. Last season in the Lamborghini Spa was a pretty good race for us. We had a little incident with, I think, an Alpine at this no-name corner coming up now. Ended up spinning into the barrier that cost us what could have been a great result, and then I think we had more contact right at the very end through Eau Rouge and Raidillon. So we'll be looking to keep it clean. I suspect the Toyotas will be good, and probably the Ferrari as well. As we've seen, we're not potentially the quickest, but we seem to have good strategic pace, good race pace. Seem to be able to take the fuel quite away. So again, we'll be using the same rules as we did last week. Double stinting the tyres, then changing all 4. I think today we should have about 3 stops. So maybe 2 sets of double stints that we'll do. So I'm just trying to get myself prepped for a quali lap. Got 12-minute hyper pole, if we want to call it hyper pole, quali session here. Managed to turn one braking just before the 100-metre more board. The rear end locking up there, so we get quite a slow run through the source. Trying to sort out all my hybrid deployment. 6th gear through Eau Rouge and uphill over Raidillon and changed up to 7th. We had tried a setup that had a little less downforce, but I was struggling quite a bit in the corners, braking just before the 100-metre board for Lecombe at the top of the hill, and through this little left-right, right-left, right. I think lost a bit of time there, getting on too much on the curb, down towards the hairpin. All we had was locking up quite badly there, taking a deep line, but switching back towards no name. third gear corner, get on the power nice and early, and now it's down, the run down to Puon. Down to fourth gear. It's kind of a mix between fourth or fifth gear there. Fourth gear just gives us a bit more rotation. Third gear through this right-hander. And then it's quite a late apex I actually want to take for the left-hander. Get a little bit unsettled before Stavalo? No. Yeah, Stavalo? I think that's Stavalo, and then I think Bonchimont is up here. Now it's a run to the line. Purple sector 2. Then difficult breaking into the bus stop. Perhaps a little bit cautious there. Through both parts of the bus stop, but towards the line. Stick over to the right hand side. That takes up to P1 for the moment. Slow run through La Source. Matt Campbell's currently in second place in the Porsche. Bortoletti, our old teammate, in, well, Bott was third, now fourth. Lapierre comes through into second place. Oh, we went very deep in there. The rear end just not sticking with us. What Volvo are we on? 2. Yeah, we're gonna have to call this lap a write-off. Go again. Still 6 minutes, so still a few laps to go. I should hope. We've got Rasmussen and Fuoco ahead of us. Fuoco a long way ahead of us. 1.5 seconds, so the Ferrari really quick round here. Kubitz are not having the same luck, down in 8th position at the moment. We'll just take it nice and easy, cool the tyres off. Buemi again, half a second quicker than Fuoco. Now up into the, well, down into the low 2 minutes. For Sebastian Buemi, puts his Toyota on pole position. Or provisional pole position, at least for the time being. We're going to wind up for another lap. Try and do full concentration. Take it nice and easy into the bus stop. Really prioritise the exit and start to our lap. Let's get it.
Time 2:06.50.
Felt like a good run through La Source, but quite slow on the exit. We're really limited on this track with how low we can ride the car, or run the car, because of Eau Rouge. Slightly up in this first sector at the moment. Just a little bit too excitable on that rear end. A little bit, although it's not an amazing lap. We've had a few snaps of oversteer. And we're quite cautious through 2 on that. Try and take a bit of a later line through here. That was nice through that. We ran wide through there, we can't back off because we're going to lose loads of time. We just try to undone the anti-roll balls a little bit. Or did we not get the lap time disallowed? Interesting. Got up quite a bit into the bus stop, but we shall gain a few positions here. Oh, terrible one through the source. This might be our last lap here. See how we go through this start of the middle sector. Okay, yeah, snap. Right, I think if we cruise round, we might be able to get one more lap in. I think with this setup I'm running, I've been trying to do a bit of setups myself and trying to learn what works in my car and what doesn't work in the car. I don't know kind of the basics, but the fine tuning is something I want to get a bit better at. With this car setup, the rear end feels really unstable, and like you go into a corner and it feels like you're asking a lot of the rear end. Means it's going to be quite nervous through some of these corners. You have to be quite patient with it, but I feel like I'm losing time being patient. So we'll get the tyres down into a reasonable temperature. Well, actually they're probably in quite a reasonable temperature at the moment. You just want to save fuel, coast up towards the line, and then we can go again for another final lap. Right, let's get it. Let's try and get a good lap in. Currently P6.
Lap 2, 18.04.
Wide through the source. See, I felt like that was a decent entry and mid phase, but just not a good exit. Just understeer. Oh, it's not been a good lap, has it? I don't know why I'm leaning into the corner so much, it's not going to help. Yeah, I'm just matching our best. One more braking zone to go. Got all locked up into the final corner, and that will be our qualifying done.
Lap 2, 0.90.
Stop and go penalty. That doesn't transfer to the race, does it? Hopefully. That'll be us P6. Hopefully it doesn't transfer to the race, otherwise I'll be fuming.
Teams and drivers go to the grid
No.
for a
Okay,
race
cool.
start.
Sorry, there we go. Just checking that everything sounded okay. Right, before we actually get into the race today, we've got a few things to discuss. Sorry, I'm looking over because my second monitor's over here. First of all, before we get into the actual race stuff, I have an announcement to make. I will be doing a charity event on the 12th of... Sorry, let me just move that up slightly because I feel like I'm not all in. There we go. Yes. Actually, on the camera note, do you prefer it there or on the tripod that was a bit further away? You can see a bit more of me when it's a little bit further away. But yes, I will be doing a charity event on the 12th of July. Let me just get up the poster up here. 6 hours of Qatar for the Great North Air Ambulance Service. It's been something I wanted to do for a little while. Obviously, I've been doing YouTube videos for a little while now, and I wanted to get into streaming and do something for charity. And I thought combine the love of motorsport and sim racing with a little bit of charity work for the Great North Air Ambulance Service. So, if you would like to donate, there is a link down in the description. Obviously, any amount is welcome. Any donation is very appreciated. And we will be doing a 6-hour race on the 12th of July, starting at 9 o'clock. It'll be live streamed. We'll be in the Peugeot 9X8 trying to redeem their podium mishap from 2023, where they were one lap at the end, almost getting a podium, and then had a technical issue. So we will be taking the 9X8 round there for 6 hours against AI to try and get a podium, I think is the goal. But the 9X8 has just got an 8kg BOP update, so it might be a little bit difficult. There might be some practice train race will happen on the 12th, and we'll be starting from the back of the grid as well to make it more exciting. But some more details will be coming about that shortly. So again, feel free to go and donate and to tune in on the 12th. Now back to my drive. We're just going to go through the championship standings quickly before we enter this race. Obviously, Fuego won last weekend, or last Friday, scoring 50 points because it was an extended race. We got second, so 36, and Bennett is on 30 points. Buemi actually scored 24 points but got 3 points for pole position, which, again, getting another 3 points here. So Buemi is currently our pole champion. Lopez in the second Toyota with 20 points. Estra with 16. Kubica in the AF Corsa Ferrari down in 7th position with 12 points. Pierre Guidi, the second Ferrari, getting 8 points. Chatan in the first of the Alpines with 3 points, and then Bortoletti rounding off the top 10. Our old teammate getting a point for Lamborghini. In the Teams Championship, Ferrari obviously take the lead, with us in Cadillac being second. It's Oscar Fraschini third with Toyota, Penske, and then AF Corsa, Alpine and Lamborghini rounding off the point scoring teams. Jota obviously not scoring anything, neither did BMW WRT, so they are pointless at the moment. And I think is that all the teams? That might be all the teams that there are. In terms of the manufacturers, obviously Ferrari lead, much the same story. Ferrari, Cadillac, Aston Martin, Toyota, Porsche, Alpine, Lamborghini, BMW. Peugeot's not on that list as well, yeah. Was Peugeot on the list? Yeah, Peugeot must have just been off the list. So two manufacturers get to score, and we will be trying to get a good result today to hunt down Fuoco and the Ferrari. But Buemi seems to be quick. Rasmussen up in third place. That's quite a bit of a surprise. But we will see. We've got 90 minutes ahead of us, and let's put on a new set of softs, and let's get this show on the road. Let me just put my gloves on actually before we take off. Starting here in 6th position, Pierre Guidi off to our right. And we've got the Alpines that look to be a bit back in contention around a more traditional circuit. Perhaps lacking that top speed that was needed around Bahrain Auto, so it'll be interesting to see how they fare next weekend at Monza, and then with some of the faster tracks such as Le Mans, especially with the no chicanes on the Mulsanne. Ferrari obviously winning last week's 24 Hours of Le Mans. Very dominant car, so we'll have to see if they can repeat their fortune here today. But Buemi is going to put up a tough fight, and where will we, Rasmussen and Chatan, fall into this battle? But we come towards the start-finish line,
Green flag.
and the 90 minutes of Spa is underway. Buemi gets a bad start there. We're going to look around the outside of Rasmussen, that we got blocked in there by Chatan. We get a good run, and we're up 2 places already, getting a good start away from Pierre Guidi and around the outside of Rasmussen. All over Radion there. The tyres very cold. The game a little bit laggy as well, unfortunately. Take it nice and easy in these first few corners, although Chatan seems to be quite slow here. Looking around the outside, just being shown the outside of the track as would be expected. Oh, what are these lag spikes? Pierre Guidi's up past Rasmussen and now onto our gearbox. Oh, what is this lag that's going on? Pierre Guidi's looking for a move around the outside. Down towards Bonchimon, we're just going to show him the outside of the track. Down towards bus stop, is he going to go for a move? No, he's just going to sit behind for now. And that is lap 1. Done and dusted.
Lap 2, 11.39.
Might just see if a quick pause stops the stuttering. Don't know if it will or not. Oh. Big hit over Radion there. The rear end just stepping out there. We seem at this moment to lack the pace to the front runners. But I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. I think the front runners sometimes can be a bit too greedy on their fuel. We don't score points at the end of lap 2, we score points at the end of the 90 minutes. Pierre Guidi gets such a good run round out of Stavolo. Show him the outside again. Yeah, we're running slightly less wings than him. I think it's clear to see we don't have the pace of the front runners right at this moment. So let's just try and do what we do. Conserve some fuel. And try and get them at the pit stops. Maybe that's what I need to do. Perhaps I'm shifting up too early out of Stavolo. Oh, Pierre Guidi is just begging to get past. We've got Pierre Guidi, Rasmussen and Lapierre right behind us, and then Bennett about a second back from that train. Chatan is about 3.7 seconds up the road, with Buemi 6.9, Fuoco 7.4, so very close between the top two. Maybe about half a second between those two. Will Pierre Guidi have another go into the bus stop? I not need to because we've gone D. Let's get our battery down. One of the problems we have is that because this is quite a long track, it's quite difficult to save a lap of fuel. You need a lot more, obviously, to do an extra lap. Oh, losing the back end there. Okay, Gritty tried it. We're just going to play the long game. Oh, shifted up too soon there. Pierre Guidi's going to be on us. You'll see the front runners aren't too far away from some GT3 traffic. I think we're slowly pulling away from Bennett's train.
04.28.
I mean, my hope is that the front two especially will start to slow down soon. Just rear lock there. Pigweedy's through. Unfortunately, let's try and stick with them. That Ferrari's so quick as we get another lock up. We're going to have to let him through. And Lapierre's going to be on our right hand side as well. It's been a disastrous lap, this one. Also, we've actually made contact there, I think, with the Alpine. We made a slight bit of contact through Bonchimont.
05.88.
Just rear locking everywhere. We've got GT3 traffic now coming up. This is where we'll make our time back. Fingers crossed anyway. Again, just so much rear end instability. Rasmussen runs wide, gives us the inside, but we're going to get blocked in by the Ferrari. We just have to stick behind for now, but we're in the slipstream down towards P1. Nowhere to get through that. But we get a good run out of P1. And we're up back into 5th place. That was close. Before it gets held up, we're gonna down into the bus stop. That was a very close move, but we get the move done. Sorry, I couldn't even commentate that. I was too busy trying not to crash into Pierre Guidi. And we're up into 4th place.
Lap 2:06.57.
We're gonna get caught up here, I think. Yeah, this is the bit where you don't want to be held up. It's through over is the fastest part of the track, but fortunately for us, Pierre Guidi got held up as well. James Hawksworth in the Proton in 3rd position. No, we don't really focus on what happens in GT. We'll have a little look as we go past them. Little track limits warning there. The other Proton, Mustang, 2nd. They did. There you go. The Mustangs did good in Qatar, as did the BMW, which I think it was this guy's teammate was actually leading, maybe even won, I think, in GT3. That is the traffic done for the first time. Got about 3 laps of fuel till our stop. See, compared to Fuoco, we've got 4% extra, which isn't going to be quite enough for a lap. But does mean we can take a lot less when we get to this stop. Traffic is mixed up the field behind us. Rasmussen in 6th, Chatham 7th, and his Rasmussen's teammate Stevens in 8th. Again, the rear end just sliding there. The Ferraris are fast today, as they are in real life. Ferraris are very quick indeed.
Time 204.28.
Oh, that was very wide. Wide through there again. Almost making contact with the Ferrari. Just every now and again, rear end just loses grip. Whether it's rear locking or maybe the diffuser stalling. I think we're running quite high rear height, well, high rear ride height, not quite high. Oh, terrible run through there. Pierre Quigley's got me here. Don't think he's going to be brave enough to go around the outside of Stavelot. What are we on? Yeah. One more lap. Looks around the outside but doesn't quite make it happen. And Rasmussen's got up to us a lot. We're really slow here in this stage of the race.
That time was a 204.93.
We'll come and box at the end of this lap, as well pretty much everyone else I believe. Seems to be quite difficult to save an extra lap, because it's what, yeah, 8%, oh, 7% of the lap, I think you need to be under 6, about 6. Oh, very on the curve there. Take it nice and cautious through here. Very wide through No Name there. I wonder if with traction control in there at all. So we will require less energy than the cars ahead, quite a bit less than for Oko. So we'll see how that plays into where we come out after this stop into the pits. We go. Nice and easy. We have GT3s on as well. So we came in to the pits in 4th.
Time 250.70.
And it's going to be nip and tuck into the pits as we nicely done save progress. So no change on the tyres. Fuel, we'll take full fuel. Have a little sip of water. Yep, that looks good to me. And hello. Oh, that was scary. Don't know what happened there. As Happy was doing me over once again. So we go, we got Fuoco and Bowie coming out nose to tail. We come out ahead of Shatan, huge. So back out into this race in third position. Absolutely huge for us. So if we are to be correct with what is happening with the AI, does that even make sense? Or has we gone deep into the comp? Let me start that again. I think none of the AI should have taken tyres there. But gaining about 12 seconds might indicate tyres. I don't know, we'll figure it out when we get to the end of the race. Oh, this is going to be a late move. But either way, the order now out of the pits is Fuoco in the lead, followed by Burmy, still very close, just 3 seconds up the road from us in third. Shatan is in fourth, so he's... no, Rasmussen was behind us, wasn't he? So he's dropped a position. Pierre Guidi is still in fifth. Matt Campbell and Kevin Estra in the factory Porsches have jumped up quite a bit into 6th and 7th, with Will Stevens in 8th. So not sure where Rasmussen has gone in the Jota. Again, with this AI pit strategy and what we do with tyres, the positions will yo-yo up and down throughout the race. But by the end of it, we should come out pretty even, I think. Oh, we're going to catch the Aston in a terrible position. Lost a ton of time there. 43% on the kill straight. The battery. .7 seconds back to Shatan. We got about 4.5, 6 seconds up to Burmy and Fuoco ahead, with a fair bit of traffic in the way. Those two are going to get caught up quite a lot by cars head through Eau Rouge. Oh, we've gone deep into the source, whatever corner that is. Oh, and Shatan's right on our gearbox. So he's flying. We're going to be really fortunate here. We're not going to catch any cars through Eau Rouge. Just 2-3 tenths between the leaders now. We're tantalisingly close to getting in their fight. Just need to catch these back markers at the right stages. Oh. That's slightly held up by the Mustang there, but we pulled a bit of a gap to Shatan. Unfortunately, the gap hasn't come down to the top two. We tick into just 1 hour remaining of this race. Well, we've been going for a lot longer than just half an hour. It's the heat.
9205.98.
Well, are we going to catch the Iron Dames? It's going to be in Eau Rouge, isn't it? Yep, cost us about a second. It's really frustrating, but what can you do? Oh, and all that good luck that we've had with traffic is now just disappearing as we get caught behind Malikin in the Manthey Porsche. Unfortunately, I think Shatan is having the same issues that we did. Lamborghinis are now up into 4th position. And we're going to catch them in Piln as well. Oh. Not good traffic this lap. We see we lost 3 seconds just to traffic. So just checking my microphone still looks okay. Where you going, Mustang? See 205 to the lead and 2.
Lap
We're 207.
207.75.
Just due to traffic. Well, they're obviously a bit quicker than me anyway, but traffic really hampering us on that lap. Got one more lapped car. Well, we got free air for a little bit. The BMW still leading in GT3. Big snap there. there. That's fine. Oh, I think 0.5 there's quite harsh. Not really gaining anything, am I? I'm not far away from being able to save a lap, I think. Oh, what's that? 202, 201 for the leaders? Wow. Oh, I've gone deep again. About half lap until we meet any more GT3 traffic. We had the tyre slide in there. Tyres are past their best now. Chaton's right on our gearbox now. Alpine, quick round here in real life. Seems to be quick here again today. Dives are down our inside. Wow, nice move. Gonna try and stick it with him through the bus stop. The Alpine's gonna get better drive off of the final corner.
9205.47.
Chaton's up into third. See if we can stick with them. We'll be getting slipstream down here in the Kimmel Straight. It's not really doing anything. Maybe I'm just running too much wind compared to everyone else. I did think of a good feature that Le Mans should add, Le Mans Ultimate should add, and that is custom BOP. Because they kind of changed the BOP in the background with updates and patches, which is fine. I think it would be cool, especially in single player, to be able to customise BOP for each car. For those of you who've not heard what BOP is before, I think I've mentioned it before, but it's balanced performance, so each car in the real world WEC, the FIA can change certain parameters of the car, so such as weight, power, how much energy you've got each stint, to try and create fairer racing. So for instance, if you've got a slow car, like the Aston Martin in real life, the Valkyrie that is,
Lap 2.
it runs lighter than everyone else. To try and give it a bit more performance. So it'd be cool to have custom BOP, so that perhaps, you know, potentially we could add a bit more weight to the Toyota and Ferraris, bring them a bit closer to the rest of the pack, or make everyone else a little bit lighter, push them towards the front too. I think at the moment all the BOP files are encrypted, so you can't do anything with them. I had the idea for Season 4 to have custom BOP, but that looks like that won't happen anytime soon. Obviously we're a long break from Season 4 starting, and we just started Season 3. Come on, we had a big lift there. 2.5, okay. We're going to have some more back markers probably before the end of this lap. Battery level's quite low, let's try and regen some. The Forest so quick in that brake zone. Right, we're not far away from another lap of fuel. I think we'll potentially try and get another lap. We had a little lift through Eau Rouge just to make sure we overtook the Corvette in Raidillon. It's quite dark in the sky. I've not set any rain. My tyres are really starting to give up now. Oh. I didn't want to turn that. Well, Pierre Guidi's going to make a move into Stavelot. I don't actually think that's Stavelot, I think this next one's Stavelot. We get pinned to the inside. Now have a good run towards the bus stop. Try and look around the outside all you want, pal. Not gonna let you go through that.
That time was a 2:05.57.
I think an extra lap of fuel might be quite difficult actually. Give it a go. I hope that we've got back markers. Ferrari just bearing down on us. The big lifts and coasts that we're doing to try and gain this lap. Oh, we caught that Ferrari right at the wrong time. Oh! Either side of the Corvette is up our inside. Oh! We've lost it, we've lost it! Big crash! Big crash! Oh no! Huge crash for us there. Don't even know what happened there. That has been a huge crash. We just lost it on entry to Longchamp, and that has ruined our race. You know, realistically, if that had been real world, we would be out of this race. But fortunately, we are not in the real world. We can repair, but it's going to send us tumbling down the field.
9.06.
We'll swap onto new tyres. We'll do fuel, pedal, a minute and a half. Ah, oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. I can't believe. I didn't even know what happened there. I just turned in. Maybe I just turned in too sharply, but it just went round. Right, we'll be getting repairs now. And then we've got the leaders just come into the pits now. So they'll be changing tyres too, so they'll be doing a bit of a longer stop. Yeah, Fuoka in the pits. I think that they might even get out ahead of me. No, if Shatan. Yeah, they're gonna get out ahead of me. I've got such a long pit stop. We'll watch behind us, see where our rivals come out for us, and this is going to be disastrous for the championship standings. Another 20 seconds. Burmese coming down the pit lane now. So we are a lap down from Buemi, who's actually pulled quite a bit of a gap too. We're back out in this race. Down in 19th place. Having an absolute terrible time of things. Oh. Buemi has lapped us, and is quite a way ahead of us. Well, quite a way ahead of Fuoka, I should say. Oh, we've just got no grip on these cold tyres. Oh, terrible there. Wow, that's huge. We're 44 seconds behind Muller. Oh. Let the Ferrari go. Come on, you go in.
That time was a 4:38.96.
Chatton 6 seconds behind us. So 44 seconds to Muller. Let's try and gain some of this back, shall we? I mean, we're getting quite a bit. He's in the middle of traffic now. I think scoring any points will be quite a challenge, but we'll give it a go. Fortunately, we'll just take fuel at the next stop.
Time 2:04.04.
It's going to be a lonely old race for the next 40 minutes. We have the yellow Cadillac look, apparently. I suppose we did get podium last time, so we can't be complaining too much.
Lap 2:02.84.
So our first lap of the race. My voice gone? No, it's not gone. I thought for a second it had gone. No, not our best. We're still a ways off what Burmy and Fuego are doing. Oh,
That time was a 204.30.
the annoying thing is, everyone seems to be running the same pace. Oh, please let me through, please let me through, please let me through. Oh. That was risky. That was very risky. Yellow flag. Have I... Oh no, I might have caused a huge crash there. That's what else this game needs. It needs a safety car. Move through, please. Beep beep. It looks like those cars got going again. Oh. Oh, come off it. I didn't gain anything there. Yeah, we thought better of that for a second. We thought about going for it. We're going to get... squeezed by the McLaren that. Oh, the gap just isn't closing. Oh, we're driving like this, it's not going to close either. Oh, oh, keep it on the track, keep it on the track, keep it on the track. Half an hour left. Final third.
Time 2:05.72.
So I guess while we're just racing around by ourselves, talk a little bit about Le Mans 24. Obviously that happened last weekend. Interesting race. I was cheering for Porsche, but Ferrari once again got the win. 3 on the bounce, and I'm happy for Kubica. I feel a bit bad for his teammates because I feel like all the fuss has been made about Kubica, which obviously incredible achievement for all of them, especially Kubica, with all the challenges he's faced. Does make me a little bit sad for the championship though, because Ferrari have won it this year. There's no denying that. There we go in BMW. Yeah, Ferrari have won the championship this year, there's no denying that. I think the drivers is quite wide open. Especially after a disqualification for... Actually, I don't know. I'm not going to say more because I don't know whether the disqualification actually helps the championship or not.
That time was a 2:04.83.
Oh, big lunge there. Sorry, Bovey. And of course, we have the second out of 3 24-hour races this weekend in the Nürburgring 24, which is a very, obviously, unique challenge. 24 hours around the Nürburgring, what a challenge that is. Hopefully there's a bit more action than last year. I think last year there was horrible mist and rain for most of the race, so I think that had to red flag it. Hopefully there's some good weather over there. I think in qualifying yesterday was raining. And then there's another qualifying that's happened today, but I think that was clear. Sorry, Mustang. I think maybe the weekend after this one, the weekend after next weekend, it's then the Spa 24 hours. Which obviously no 24-hour race is easy, but I'd much rather do a Spa 24 hours than a Nürburgring 24 hours. Ahmed Al-Arty still in first position for WRT in the GT3s. We're going to be cheeky. Oh, that was just slow, wasn't it?
Lap 2:04.85.
Two more laps until the stop. Everyone's stopping out. What's intriguing is in this stint we've actually pulled away quite a bit from Chateau. Porsches have pulled right up to him. Maybe he's got damage. But he didn't come, he was about 5 seconds away at the start of the stint.
03.71.
It's intriguing that we pulled 15 seconds on him, but only... Oh, I suppose we pulled 10 seconds on Muller. There's Muller in traffic. Yeah, Muller's in some traffic right now. We're going to catch just a little bit of traffic. Hopefully shouldn't be too bad. Burmy will be in the pits at the end of this lap. Bennett's fallen down quite a bit as well. I'm 13th. that Lamborghini does sound good mind. And into the pits we go. Our last stop of this race. Burmy and Fuoco in the pits, line astern.
Time 2:16.40.
Right, we'll take no new tyres. Just fuel to the end. Which in this case I should have looked how much fuel it said it would take. We'll do some quick calculations. About 2 minute 2 lap time. Got 18 times 60. 122 second laps. About 9 laps left. 10 laps. So what's that? We're going to put 10 laps in. I know normally we'd put in an extra 10%, but on this occasion we're going to break that rule. Because I'm far enough behind as it is. Yeah, 10 laps should be good. See, do we come out ahead of the Toyota? Burmy's down the pits now. Burmy's going to come out ahead of us. What about the Ferrari? Finishing off our stop. And away we go. The Ferrari a little way behind us. And away we go for our final stint here. Oh, that was almost a big one. That was almost a very, very big one. Matt Campbell has DNF'd. What's happened with him? That's huge. Matt Campbell was up in the points. How did he DNF? Unlucky for the Porsche team there. Hopefully Estra's still up in the point somewhat. Oh, you're just going to sit in the middle of the road, aren't you? Okay, Muller's still in the pits. I think we're going to gain quite a bit on them. I think there might be some damage or some tyre changes for the cars ahead. Rasmussen and Stevens down in 16th and 15th respectively. Oh, big lock up there. Kubitz are just coming out ahead of us. So, don't know what happened there with Kubitz. Kubitz was up in at least like 14th. So some damage there I suspect for the Le Mans winner. See if we can have a little battle with them. looking at cold ties, this is the time to strike. Oh, he's really slow into there. 2 yellow machines. Oh, we get a good run through P1. Switch it to the inside. Doesn't leave us the room. Funny how he's not as quick as Foyko up front. I say that he's going to run away from me now, isn't he?
Lap 2:05.97.
Oh, we need someone to hold up Kubica for us. Oh, we've been horribly unlucky this lap.
Time 2:04.78.
Hold front lock up. Rear end stepping out. It's just not been a good race for us today. We're gonna catch the Mustang in a terrible place around the outside of P1. That was a good move, but I'm gonna get track limits on my note. Cool. Gonna creep down into the final 10 minutes now.
Lap 2:05.46.
What a disappointing race this has been. What could have been? Or do we almost have another huge moment at Launchmont? The pace up and down the field today has just been so similar. I feel like even though it's not looked ultra competitive, it has been ultra competitive. It's a little gag with cars like 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th that are all just out ahead and just fighting, but we just can't. Losing the car again there, just the rear end just does not want to stick. I had this slight problem in Bahrain as well. So we're at Monza next week. So it'd be trim the car out to be as quick in a straight line as possible. Have to wait and see how we get on their sprint race, of course. It is a long, well, I say long, it's actually quite a short championship. So I've just lied there, it's not a long championship. Only 8 rounds. Already a quarter of the way through. But this is absolutely not the second round that we would have wanted.
That time was a 2:05.24.
Bummy looks like he's going to come home with the win here today. got Furuka about 4 seconds behind us. Furuka's gonna had a good opening start to the first 2 rounds. I think Furuka should probably still lead the drivers. And Ferrari should still lead both the constructors and manufacturers. This will be a good bounce back from Toyota after the disappointment of Bahrain. Big lock up into the bus stop. The Ferrari's now right behind us.
Time 2:06.12.
Now I'm half debating just dropping back and let in. Oh wait, what are you doing, Furuka? Half considering just dropping back and seeing what the top 10 is. Just in case we have an instance like last time. So last weekend I kind of had to make up the last 2 positions. Because I didn't... it jumbled up before we actually got the result. Well, no, sorry. The game crashed before we actually got the results page. I might do that, I might back off to see what the top 10 is. I'm not going to score points anyway, so it's pointless me trying. At least this way we can keep the championship fair. Esther in 3rd, wow, that's a big result for Porsche. Just cruise along a bit. Let the Porsche catch up. You watch, we won't have any issues probably this week. We're going to do it anyway.
Lap 2:29.76.
Chatton in 3rd. Whereas the 10th is just coming through. Just coming through the Stavlo now, so. Once again, Spa a bit of a bogey trap course. Not scoring very good points last year. Not scoring good. Well, not scoring any points this year. We've got Shatan and Bambu's up in 5th. Wow, Bamba doing Cadillac a solid. So at least our teams and constructors standings will get a healthy dose of points. Where's first? First is coming through Eau Rouge now, so we'll slow down and let Shatan and Bamba go through. Lapierre second, 6th. Pierre Guidi 7th. Alpine a lot stronger around here than they were in Bahrain. Lopez 8th. Van Thorn 9th. Van Thorn the BMW, I believe. And Bennett 10th. Wow, okay, cool. Well, that is the top 10. Buemi, Cuoco, Estra, Shatan, Bamba. Oh, we've gone very deep there. Super deep. Topping off par. 90 minutes of Spa there, really. What a disaster of a race. Gonna crash again, or is it actually gonna... Let's see, has it moved the order around a lot? Buemi, Fuoco, Estra, Shatan... No, that actually looks good for once. Let me just fill in standing drawing. Oh, it's not going to let me bring it on there. Oh, that's pain. I'm going to have to sort the points out separately. So tune in next week to find out what the points were. Actually, before we go, shall we have a look to see if we can see this big crash? Wait till the back to find us. By me, okay, me, right. Oh, it do be lagging. Oh, I might have just crashed the game. Okay, we won't have a look at that, we'll just leave. Maybe I'll put it up on Instagram or something. But that's been round 2 of My Drive Season 3. Shocking race. Bounce back next week for the sprint at Monza without the first chicane. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on there. If you have enjoyed, hit that like button. If you're still here, subscribe. And go check out the link down below for donation to the 6 Hours of Qatar. Hope you have a wonderful weekend and it's not too hot for you, everyone. And we'll be back next week. See see you later.